Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Kevin Richardson, and today we'll be going over 6 ways that you can become a more successful individual. Now, success is determined by many different ways, and so as such, I'll be giving a wide variety of ways that you can become more successful in a multitude of different areas in your life. Success isn't just measured by how much money you have in the bank. Success isn't measured by how many followers you have on Instagram or Twitter. Success, ultimately, to me, is being the best version of yourself and being to the point to where you can share that success with others. Being able to be in a state where you can create value for others. So tip number 1 is maintain a healthy lifestyle. Healthy is a very vague word, so overall, I think these tips are going to be helpful regardless of what you define as healthy, which is get at least 7 hours of sleep per night. Make sure that you're eating a well-balanced plant-based diet. Go no more than 3 days without some form of exercise. Doesn't have to be intense. It can be just a 30-minute walk. It can be a 30-minute jog. Exercise every 3 days, no more. Kick any bad habits that you may have, or at least focus on reducing them. That's right, I'm talking about smoking, I'm talking about drinking excessively, and I'm talking about going and eating out all the time. Tip number 2, set daily goals. Either the morning of or the night before, take some time to sit down and in one of these bad boys, write out what you want to finish by the end of the following day, or the day of, if you're writing it in the morning. This act of writing it in a special place that has your goals laid out not only gives you a checklist to go by throughout the day, but it also prevents you from being distracted by having it on your phone, right? I mean, there are plenty of apps that are great on the phone for making notes, and I have no problem with using the phone for that kind of utility, but I find myself constantly wandering over to other apps that I really don't need to be on. So having this physical manifestation of my daily goals is something that will help me. Tip number 3, surround yourself with people that have similar goals. Notice that I didn't say surround yourself with like-minded people. Why? Surrounding yourself with like-minded people doesn't promote growth. It doesn't give you new ideas. No one is sharing anything new. Everyone's talking about the same stuff and everyone's agreeing, and you get inside this sort of bubble. Now, when you start hanging out with people that have the same goals as you, they might have different thoughts. They might have different ways of achieving those goals. They might have tried things in the past that you hadn't thought of before. But this promotes learning, this promotes growth, and this promotes success. Tip number 4, focus on people, not things. Invest your time, money, resources, energy, whatever you have on you, into the people around you and into building your network, instead of buying the next year's model of car, or buying the next pair of sneakers that come out. Because I promise you, expanding your network and investing your time and money into meeting new people, those new people will be able to add more value into your life than a new pair of shoes or a new car could ever hope to add. I also want you to think about your job, right? Odds are, if you're watching this, you probably work hard and you're trying to figure out how you can be more successful in your job, right? Well, I want you to know that the people that get promoted aren't necessarily the hardest workers. And I'm not trying to slight anyone in a higher position. I'm simply trying to say that it's not all about putting in the work. There's also the human element of it. Now, I also want you to think about your job, and I want you to think about your boss or your boss's boss, or just in general, the people that are in the C-suite, the CEO, the CFO. And I want you to think about how they got there. Do you think they just got there just because they put in more hours than someone? Do you think they got put in those positions because they're better at their job than you. Don't get me wrong, those people in the people in those positions have worked their butt off to get where they are. And you need to be able to perform well. You need to deliver results exceptionally well. Know that it's also being good with people, right? Because when you're in a manager position, whether you're managing base level employees, whether you're managing a bunch of managers, however high up on the chain you are, it's all about managing people and being able to talk with people, knowing how to communicate well. And then my last thought on this, a robot eventually, a robot will be able to likely do your job better and more efficiently in a more timely manner. How are you going to compete with that? Robots are not humans. Robots cannot connect to humans. Robots cannot talk with people and share experiences and stories and have a good laugh. So focusing on those people skills and focusing your time and your money on people is going to lead you to more success down the road. Tip number 5, be purposeful with your spending. I'm not saying blindly save your money. I'm not saying stop spending your money. I'm saying be purposeful and be conscious with your money. This is going to lead to financial freedom. This is going to lead to getting out of debt. This is going to lead to just all of these benefits in your financial life. So I want you to track every dollar that you spend over the next pay period, and I want you to see where your money goes. I want you to see how much money you started with and how much money you had left. Did you have money left and then you said, oh, that's spending money, and you spent it? Did you save it? Where are you saving it? And my final tip, consider the image that you're projecting outwards. Now, I'm talking about your outward appearance, which is going to be the clothes that you wear, how long or short your hair is, what the hairstyle is, just your overall outward appearance, whether you have a beard, whether you're clean shaven, because when you're focusing on tip number 4, which is growing your network, you're going to be meeting new people. And the research shows that first impressions have a more powerful impact than you could ever imagine. If you meet someone new and they have odd looking clothes, they just seem very out of place, you're going to remember that for a really long time, even if that's the only time that they dress that way and the rest of the time they wear khakis and a polo shirt. So I like to follow this rule in general, considering my image and what it's projecting to other people, but especially when you know that you're meeting someone new for the first time, make sure that whatever appearance that you're rocking, make sure that it's clean, make sure that it has an air of professionalism to it, make sure that it just gives a good impression. People can get caught up in that because you can find all these articles online that say, well, you need to have a short haircut and your face needs to be clean shaven, and you're not supposed to wear any big jewelry, and the list goes on and on of these typical things that, yes, like they are the safe bet when meeting someone new, but at the same time, consider who you're meeting. Consider what you want to project, right? You're not just trying to project, oh, I'm a safe person, I'm a corporate person. Make sure that if you're meeting with, say, a photographer, show that you have a little bit of an artsy side. Or if you're meeting with a musician, wear your favorite band's t-shirt. These are ways that you can lead to a better first impression, to a better first meeting. Aside from a functional standpoint, though, it's always a good idea from a personal branding standpoint to look professional, but also make sure that you're wearing something that's unique to you, something that sets you apart from everyone else. I mean, because can you imagine all the people that read the same article that you did that says you have to dress this way and you have to have your hair this way, and every single person in the room looks like that? They're not going to be able to tell people apart. So add your own personal touch, whether it's your facial hairstyle, whether it's your jewelry choice, or if it's the shoes that you wear. But whatever you do, make sure that it's clean looking, make sure that it's professional, and make sure that it is in good taste. Alright everyone, I hope these tips were helpful. If you think so, please hit the like button, please subscribe to my channel for more great videos like these, or follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links are in the banner above. Thanks.